just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. It is Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I had a splendiferous weekend, man. I cannot complain. GMS fam, the green room. How y'all feeling? You know, we start out every podcast with peace, love, positivity, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. Let's get into it, man. GMS fam, type in that chat. Let me know that you in here, man. Check in. What's going on? Infinite Umber. We got Areas Baby G in the building. Glittery Bubbles. Trey 979. King Lukey in the building. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? Thank y'all for pulling up expeditiously. We got some topics to talk about, man. We really do have some things to discuss, man. A few things popped up on my radar that I want to discuss and talk about. Last week, if you were here at the show on Friday, man, you know that we started to talk about the Math Hoffa situation, man. It's always something going on in the podcast world, man. Whenever something starts to go great, man, whenever something beautiful is being built, it always seems like the business and the money is always the thing that tears it down expeditiously. And what happened was, I guess, Math Hoffa and his two former co-hosts. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Kyrie for sure. Kyrie is the next topic after this. But his two co-hosts and a cameraman, man, by the name of Esso, one of his former co-hosts, and also Hynaken, another former co-host, and a cameraman by the name of Spaceghost. All of them decided that they needed to part ways, and some things started to come out when some posts were being made, some comments were being left under posts, and people start getting more of an idea of what was going on. And it's inevitable that once you start going to social media and you start talking about the things that are happening, it's inevitable that these guys come out and speak on it. So in a timely fashion, Esso and Hynaken went to the Bag Fuel podcast. That's their podcast that featured. I'm blanking on the one guy's name. It was another guy there, but also Spaceghost was there, and they got to talk about what was going on between them, man. And some things got brought up that had to do with, you know, them feeling undervalued, them talking about, you know, Math is a bad businessman, and kind of just referring to the fact that since he's an artist, that he doesn't really move as a businessman. He doesn't have a businessman sense. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this clip right here from Bag Fuel, so you guys can see what they were talking about. Listen.
Yeah, that's a better way.
Yes.
So there's certain people.
That's a pretty good place to be.
Yeah, I'll give them chances for certain things, but once I hit the limit, I've already identified who you are as a person, how you're gonna operate when money's involved, when women's involved, when opportunity is involved, and notoriety is involved.
So what's your math assessment?
Well, you already know. He felt like the value of who we are wasn't indicative of the growth of his show. That's it.
Well,
he just told you all you do is just put footage together.
No, he said
Who he said that?
All I do is edit the footage.
Edit the footage is all goes.
Not to mention that I do edit the audio as well. And I edit.
Yeah, well, don't miss.
Maybe shit. That's why I'm not gonna speak for me, because I got
This is
people who I
Spaceghost
work
talking
with who
now.
could tell if I do good business or not, or if I do good work or not.
One thing I know,
My
two
work
things.
speaks
That
for
what did he
you
say
always
to
show
you?
up. No, you always show up on time.
That's
Early.
You're the first one there. I've never heard of footage fucking up. I've never heard of you losing footage.
Well, you lost the last footage.
Yeah, that's my fault.
And
I fucked up that.
and
I fucked up that part.
I did fuck up.
No,
footage the other day.
you didn't fuck up because it was in my possession.
No, not even that. I fucked up other footage. That's
Oh, okay, whatever.
Oh, so you do put the footage together?
No, this was a recent incident.
Oh,
He was just
But
picking up
we
a SD
speaking on
card.
Ghost's track record of how he operates and works.
Everybody makes mistakes. There's
Yeah,
mistakes.
but
I'm not gonna say I never
Your
made a mistake.
percentile
or
is through
nothing.
the roof.
I'm not gonna say I never made a mistake. There's been mistakes made.
No, but what I'm saying is you're reliable at a high level and capacity. So
Professional.
more than professional. This
But
motherfucker-
sometimes you call me, don't call you back. He do that nigga shit.
yeah, he do that nigga shit, but he gets shit done.
I'm
He
sorry.
has
I'm
a
the call
kid.
right
to
back.
you,
He has a kid,
It
bro.
ain't like
I see,
ignoring you, I
I
get
see somebody
back to
call
you.
him, right?
He has
And he
a
look at the
kid.
phone and say, I'm going to wait for 3 rings because I don't want to look thirsty. Nigga, you play games.
He's lying. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. You tell
Yo,
me.
I'm going to give him
I
4
do that
rings.
too.
That's a
That's
lie,
why I
Tell.
know you're not
That's
lying.
that.
I do that shit.
If I
Yo,
Shit ain't professional either.
oh, shit.
Oh, no, I
look
give
at
him
it-
problems.
Huh?
When I see people look at it that way, that's when I start giving you problems.
Because you're not supposed to think like that. Now it could be like that. It could be like that on paper
but if
or
but if it's respectable,
Okay, like say
and
Matt-
everybody's showing the same respect and it's equal playing field, it's all
But
good,
listen,
bro.
they say take Matt Hoffa show. It's the Matt Hoffa show. Yeah, in so many words. It's the Matt Hoffa show.
no, we've said that out loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but it's other people, just like Howard Stern show.
Yeah.
It's other people in the background that makes it happen.
That creates the synergy.
Absolutely.
But Howard won't go and say, "Man, Robin is irrelevant."
Who?
Howard.
No.
Howard would not go.
No.
Robin is irrelevant.
No.
He'd be like, I can't do the show if Robin's not sitting there.
No,
But
he won't do that.
He won't do that. He won't say
He
that.
said me and Hynaken
do that.
was irrelevant.
Niggas that do that.
Although I told him, I said, when we got on your show in January, you had 262,000 subscribers. That's what you did in all the 3 or 4 years that you were filming, correct?
Yeah.
What do you say when you say
Wait,
that?
hold on. Let me tell you this.
Let him land the plane.
I said, I'm going to take Hynaken out of the equation because I don't like to speak for other people because I don't want them to call him and be like, is this how you feel? I stand on my own laurels. This is how.
It's not a disrespect.
This is how I feel.
Yeah.
I got on that show in January of 2022
Yep.
with 262,000 subscribers.
Yep.
When I stopped getting calls, he was at 614,000 subscribers within 8 or 9 months. The proof is in the pudding, bro.
Now, to be honest, you gotta give a lot of the credit to the show doing what it did and it amassing the amount of subscribers that they have due to the guests and how good the interviews are. Now, to me, it sounded like Esso was like, hey, your show didn't pop till we got there. Now, I mention this specifically because this plays into a little bit of what I'm going to play later with Mav's response to this. Also, the cameraman Spaceghost in the way that Hynaken was bigging him up and talking about how he was reliable, very responsible, professional, and he's always on top of his shit. Well, Mav seems to have a different recollection of how that relationship between them went. And before I went live, Math, or a couple hours ago, Math posted some text between him and Spaceghost. Well, I wouldn't say between, you know, I use that word loosely because it only showed text messages going out from Math trying to reach out to Spaceghost and Space not replying to him. So we'll get to that in a second. But in a gist, because I want to be able to get to what Math said, in a gist, they felt like they were underappreciated. They felt like it was bad business going on. And they also felt like the way that Math was going about it, it was something that, you know, he basically has been plotting, you know, this whole time. He never really fucked with him like that, and he just want to take all the bag to himself, right? Now, I told you last week that Math said there was no 2.7 million deal on the table from nowhere. He said he don't know where that came from. He don't know how that got about. He said there's nothing like that, right? What fucked me up too is because, you know, Math says something that I wanna pay attention to because it's something real. When you put information out there like that, and given where the person is at the time or where they live, you put a target on their back. So them putting out information that Math allegedly had a $2.7 million deal on the table, and Math still technically living in the hood, they put a target on his back. You gotta have people looking for him or trying to, you know, run up on him or try to run up on the set, because the set is smack dab in the hood as well. It's at a barbershop in the hood. And if people hear the business dealings behind some shit, you'll have some shit fucked up before it even gets to its peak. So I understand where he came from with that, but I want y'all to hear what Math had to say in response to everything that was going on and certain points about certain people, and then we're gonna move on because I want to talk about this Kyrie shit, because there's some more shit that I saw before I went live that's been bugging me on. I want to make sure I remember to speak on it. So let's get it. This is Math response to everything that's going on.
Well, the subscribers is that, so it'll be easier for me to get you niggas a deal.
Right.
But niggas want to do their own thing. Everybody want to be the man. So that compounded with a whole bunch of other shit. My cameraman don't answer fucking text messages. He disappears when he wants to. And he thinks that I'm going to take him into a fucking multi-million-dollar situation doing that. But all these niggas sitting up here talking about they businessman. Oh, he's not a businessman. But they didn't do good business. Period.
That's a fact. That's what I was saying, bro.
That is the main reason that they're not on the show. You didn't do good business. You tried to start a show and cut me out of it. Nobody knew what y'all was doing before you came on my show. You came on the show, you thought you could juice it. All right, we're going to get some fun. We're going to get that. Then we're going to take it over here. But you signed contracts saying you would not do that. It's simple. I made sure to put in my cameraman's contract, you have to communicate with me, bro. Because I've been through this with you too many times where he just won't answer. And you got to wonder, is he getting the messages? I can see that he's reading them, but he's just not responding. That's childish. Any other job that anybody else on earth takes, your job is hitting you up and you're just constantly ignoring them. How long you think you're going to be at that job?
Right.
But these hate, first of all, the deal they talking about, I don't know where they got the number from, I don't know, but they did find out that something was on the table. I don't think it's anyone else's business until something is closed for me to bring it up, right?
Right.
Because the last time I brought something up, I got the feeling that when it didn't work out, people felt like it was me. So I kept it to myself. But I spoke to my cameraman. But I guess these niggas ain't have no faith. They jumped ship early. I said, oh, y'all niggas got y'all own show now? Okay, this is good. At first, I thought it was Esso and Hynaken. Then I found out Spaceghost was shooting their show. I'm like, why are you doing that? So when we wanted to get Steven Jackson on the show and nobody was available, this is what you was doing.
Damn. So that goes back to my point about what he was saying, which he's gonna get to later. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this clip. This is from Clubhouse, I believe. He went live on Clubhouse with some people to talk about the situation, but that's part of what I was talking about. And the text messages that he posted up show that he continuously tried to hit up Spaceghost, not just to get in contact with him, but to actually pay him. So right now I'm reading off text messages that Math Hoffa posted to his Instagram page. You see that right there. I'm gonna read it for you. The text goes, "So you're not gonna tell me what I owe you? Who else are you speaking for? You are not only creating the problem, but you are prolonging it. You don't want your money? Hello, Space. Let's not prolong the issue. I never purposely kept your money. Just tell me what I owe and drop the stuff off, please." Question mark. More text. "I need to speak with you. My wallet was stolen and my key to the shop was in it. I need your key." Scratching my head. Still no reply. Math goes on to say, "So you didn't tell me you not worried about the bread and started ignoring my text? Okay, Space, how much I owe you? Also, I need the key back in the hard drive with all the episodes. You want to make me the bad guy so bad you don't even see what you doing. Let me know when I can get those back from you, or should I tell someone else to tell you?" These are text messages from Math to Spaceghost, his former cameraman, expressing how he feels and also expressing the fact that he wants to pay him. And right now the narrative is that he hasn't paid him and he didn't pay them or won't pay them. So in my opinion, somebody having the proof, somebody having the messages, the text to show that they have been trying to do right by somebody doesn't show me that they being snaky or they being bad businessmen or whatever the case may be. Looks like somebody is keeping you informed about their situation while still trying to do right by you. That's what it looks like. So now now that I've been sitting on the fence trying to look at both sides and trying to figure out what's been going on. Now I'm starting to lean because of certain things that are being said and certain things that are being debunked. Now right here, I need to bring this up because Esso made a point on that podcast. If you guys want to go watch the Bag Fuel podcast where they talk about the situation, he claimed that he brought two people to Math to do a deal with Revolt, right? And he didn't explain why the deal didn't go through. He just said that it didn't happen or whatever, but it put Revolt, or it put the My Expert Opinion podcast on Revolt's radar. That's what he said. They put it on their radar, right? This is what Math had to say about that situation of Esso bringing him two people who seemingly were working with Revolt. This is from Esso's perspective.
Oh, because they didn't violate their contracts. Right. So I don't know, people are sympathetic to losers. Not to call them losers, but you lost an opportunity. And you want to paint it like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. But here's the thing. Had I never kicked you off the show, would you be complaining right now?
Definitely wouldn't be.
Because if they talking about the money, I've been paying you niggas for months. For months. Now it's the problem?
Yeah, Esso say he wasn't getting paid since June. I'm like, bro.
First of all, let me tell you about this Esso character. This nigga brought two niggas to me talking about, yeah, they could get a situation at Revolt. They tied in with Revolt. These niggas was offering me deals that Revolt did not okay. Lowballing is crazy. I finally get in contact through another one of my contacts with the Revolt people, and they're like, yo, we don't know them guys. Stop talking to them.
What would you do in that situation? What would you do in a situation where the guy you work with, your comrade, your pod mate is like, yo, I got these people who are plugged in with Revolt. They got a deal on the table. They can make some shit happen. We can all get some bread. We can all be happy. And then when he gets the information, it's like, these numbers don't really look right. And when he goes, see, this is another thing a lot of niggas don't do is go and double check, because when they first hear about money being on the table or a deal happening, they get excited. You know, the first thing they think about is the money. They're not thinking about the intricacies or the things that go into it, or if this person can really make this happen, or if there's a real possibility behind it, or double checking behind some shit. And what Math did was double check behind his shit. And doing what I hope a lot of people would do in this situation, and go to the source at hand and be like, hey, do you know these people? Are they plugged in? Or do they work for you? Are they associated with you in any way? And getting a reply back like, no, we don't know them. They don't work for us. Don't talk to these people is a red flag. A big, huge red flag. And if I was Math Hoffa, I would be looking at Esso differently as well. And that's just a fact. I will be looking at him different as well. Now, to say if Esso had bad intentions behind it, well, I can't speak to that. I wouldn't know. Maybe Esso was thinking like, yo, we can get a bag and this is a good opportunity, and he felt like it was, and it just didn't turn out to be that. You know what I'm saying? We can't just, paint him as that type of person. But, I would have hoped somebody in his position, and somebody who, claimed to be more of a businessman than somebody to, be, in the entertainment space, that he would be doing the type of double checking that Math was doing to make sure that shit was legit, other than just kind of going with the flow. Now, remember when Esso brought up how many subscribers they had when he got there, right? He said they're at about 200-something thousand. And over the 6-8 month span that they were there, they got up to over 600 or 800 or something like that. Some 100,000. They jumped up hundreds of thousands of subscribers, right? Now, during this time, not to say that they didn't contribute with the conversation and being in the podcast and keeping conversation interesting, but given their connection to the game, you would think that, they were responsible for a lot of the guests, or, some of the guests that came on. According to Math, these two guys only brought on 2 guests the entire time they were there. Now, I don't know if it's in their contract, or I don't know if it was like discussed that they will be bringing people in to be interviewed. But that's just something that I guess Math expected more of them from. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. But there's a question that needed to be answered, and things that needed to be said, and the fact that all it took was a deal to be heard in the realm of expectations. People started to jump ship, or people started to feel different, or people started to crumble an empire, a potential empire. And I was just talking to my guy earlier, man. He mentioned in the Flagrant 2 podcast, man, and just finding out that, everybody involved with that has part ownership of that platform. And to me, that will eliminate a lot of the problems that will be foreseen with a lot of the things that happen with the Joe Buddens, or the, the Deezus and Meros, or the, the Math Hoffas and all the other podcasts that have, broken apart due to, quote unquote bad business dealings. If you really value the people that you work with, and these people actually contribute something to the show and have value to it, I wouldn't see nothing wrong with everybody having ownership in it, so that that conversation doesn't need to be had whether or not somebody is doing XYZ with the contracts, or with the money, or with, or with their lawyer and this and that. Ownership, man. Ownership is important. If you don't have ownership, you are just somebody out here making a living to help somebody else succeed. And it's no shame to anybody out there that is working and trying to, you know, just survive. But that's just a fact. You got to have ownership, man. And for those out there that's trying to build a brand or build a platform and you out here with other people involved, remember that get the business straight first before you move into some other shit, because it's inevitable. It's inevitable. You guys are going to have different opinions. You're going to approach the shit differently. There's no point in doing anything behind the scenes or having one person try to look over everything. It's got to be a joint venture, man. We all got to have ownership in this shit, and we all got to stick to the plan of making this platform as great as it can be. And like I said before, man, I hope these guys work it out. I don't know if this is past the point of no return. I do know that Math said that when it starts getting to extortion talk, because he said that Spaceghost told him at one point that if Math gave him X, Y, and Z, that he would give him the footage to, you know, all his podcasts, or give him footage to one of the podcasts. I don't know if it was the footage for all his episodes or a footage to a episode, but he took it as extortion. And he said it's hard to get past that type of shit when it's said to you. So hopefully this situation gets worked out, but I hope that they, you know, succeed in their own individual spaces from here on out, because it doesn't look like, you know, these guys will be back in the barbershop anytime soon. Now, let's talk about this, man. We got to get to Kyrie Irving, man. I even wanted to put Kyrie in the title, but I didn't even want to attract that type of attention, because you know how they going crazy on the internet. The powers that be is stopping everything, man. As soon as I did an episode talking about the Kanye situation and certain things that I felt were right and certain things that I felt were wrong, motherfuckers started shadow banning the shit out of my channel. I mean, YouTube, all these spots, man. Just remember one thing, bro. They cannot silence motherfuckers. They can't silence you. As long as somebody's listening, they cannot silence you. And YouTube, be on that. They will demonetize you. They will shadow ban you. They will do anything in their power to make sure that people do not hear what you have to say, but this message is still going to get out regardless. So I appreciate everybody that's been pulling up, you know, weekly and religiously, man. So Kyrie Irving posted a picture, or not a picture, a link to it was a link to, let me see this shit. I want to make sure I get it right. Let me get it right, because I know he took it down. Let me see. He took the tweet down, but I know somebody on the internet still got it, screenshotted it or something. There we go. He posted a link to Amazon. This is from Amazon.com. A film, I believe, or no, is it a book or a film? Either way, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. He tweeted that link from Amazon. It was from Amazon.com. He didn't take a picture of a book that he had laying around his house and post it. He didn't tweet the words. He simply tweeted the link, and people went nuts. So much so that while we sit and we have a press conference post game, they can't talk about the game that happened. They can't talk about what he did in the game. They can't talk about future plans for the team. No, they wanted to talk about his tweet. Therefore, he got into a back and forth with a reporter who wanted to have his moment, because that's what they do, man. Reporters love that moment. They love when people speak their name and say, hey, this reporter got into Kyrie Irving about his anti-Semitic rhetoric, and this guy is a fucking hero. Like, nah, not at all. Listen to this.
And it's a title given to Christ, Philippians 2:11. And my name translates in the Hebrew language as Yahweh. So I went on to Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh. That came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash, or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions, and
I need to speak on that one line. History shouldn't be hidden from anybody. The fact that critical race theory is even a subject of getting rid of is exactly to his point right there. It shouldn't be hidden from anybody, but the fact that history is frequently hidden from people and changed and manipulated in society, we have to speak on certain shit.
my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me, I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races, white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community, and what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
Now, before I get to what the reporter had to say in response, because, you know, for the longest time, black people have sat up here and explained themselves thoroughly. You know, I know there's a misconception to, you know, a certain demographic of people that black people just lash out. And that we just are so ignorant and that we can't, you know, or that we're too emotional, or that we race bait, or that we're too fragile to speak on situations or just simply articulate ourselves well. Especially speaking on issues that have to do with race. They automatically don't listen and don't try to retain the message or what somebody is trying to say to try to actually understand them or where they're coming from. Motherfucker can sit there and tell you that this is what they meant by something, but because you're so geeked up and ready to have your response ready so you can have your moment, or so that you can try to make somebody look stupid or make somebody look like they're whatever label you trying to put on them, you're not hearing what they're saying. So listen to how this reporter tried to come back, and I'm so glad Kyrie caught on to what he was trying to do. Now, even though I will say, Kyrie, you tweet something, you are promoting it, but so fucking what? I guarantee you that's not the fucking problem. There's a bigger problem to that, but listen to the reporter, man.
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right, because I don't want to misquote any part of it.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question so we can move on from this and I can talk about the game and go home to my son Elohim and my wife Marlene, okay?
Am I to take it that this was, what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was, you did watch it, or either watch it or read it.
I had a lot of time last year to read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad about the truth of our world.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so I
We're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I am no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not? Why not? I don't hear an uproar on that. I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing.
I wonder why they blocked that shit out. Does anybody know why they blocked that out? I sincerely want to know why they blocked that out. So ooh, the media.
Comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive, and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific group of people? So out of all the judgment that people got from me posting, I just, without talking to me, and then I respect what Joe said, but there has a lot to do with the not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here. So I'm not gonna stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only gonna get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
Kyrie, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults, and it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I was just there to post, and it's funny, and it's actually hilarious because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes
Wonder
back
why.
to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
Now, notice how this black man didn't raise his voice. He didn't disrespect that man. He didn't call him out his name. He didn't get aggressive. None of that. Lay back, chill. It said everything that he was supposed to say or felt like he was supposed to say in that moment. He made it very clear what his position was, what he posted, when he posted it, and the fact that he can post something without actually standing behind a motherfucker and just only be talking about that specific topic, right? Listen to this fucking reporter, bro.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of the
putting it out there,
the
people
title?
are going to say that you are
Yeah, I put it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
It's not
you put
stuff,
things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff is not
so let's move on.
filled
let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic stuff.
Let's move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another
You're
human
free to
being.
post
I can
what
post.
He said a movie full of anti-Semitic stuff. I wonder if the guy watched the movie himself. I need to watch the movie just so I can see, because I have been hearing the word anti-Semitic so much over the past 2 weeks that I am now officially confused at what is and what isn't. I mean, I know the extremes, but then here we are talking about somebody posting a link basically to tell black people about their heritage, and motherfuckers is talking about so wait, it's anti-Semitic to say that black people were Jewish too? Or do they not like black people so they don't want to be associated with them? I don't know. It seems that way to me, but I would hope not. I need more clarity, because I'm being honest. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not trying to be dismissive. I honestly want to know. I need a list. Give me something. One of my Jewish friends out there, give me something that is showing me everything that has been said by Kanye, by Kyrie. What are the anti-Semitic parts so we can make sure that niggas correct some shit if that is the case? I need to know. That's where I'm genuinely confused at.
Post whatever I want, so say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that
I don't have to understand anything from you.
But it's not me.
Nothing.
By
It's
posting
not
what
you're
you
making
did,
up, bro. Move on.
But by posting
Move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question.
Anybody
Do
is
you guys
gonna
have any
look
more
at
questions
it,
for
and
me?
they're gonna say,
You guys have any more
does he have
questions? Because this is going to be a
anti-Semitic
clip.
beliefs?
This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie, basketball related.
So this is what I'm talking about, man. Motherfuckers be wanting their moments, and they throwing the word out there to motherfuckers. And it's crazy how like it's just coming down on the black community right now. But what's crazy is like the picture that went viral last week after Kanye's Drink Champ shit and everything that was going on with Kanye. Niggas that was on the bridge, I seen white folks on the bridge holding up anti-Semitic shit. That picture of people holding up the sheet with the writing on it on the bridge, those was white folks. The internet is one place. Real life is another place. Y'all just talked about them motherfuckers who was out there on the bridge. They're free to go do it again. Go pull up on them. It's easy to pull up on people on the internet. It's easy to retweet something and say something profound and get people to like it and retweet it and feel good about your day and move the fuck on. What about the people in real life really doing the weird shit that you are opposed to? I don't see nobody pulling up on people in real life. Here's something that also pissed me off a little bit, man. Shannon Sharp had a chance to speak on this Kyrie situation and what happened with that press conference I just played. And listen to what Shannon had to say.
Personally, Skip, this is Kyrie. This is who he is. You know he's going to dig in now because he's caught in backlash. Nick Friedel challenged him. Joe Tsai tweeted at him. Wish he'd have just pulled him into a room and had a conversation. Just because he tweets something, that doesn't mean you have to compound an issue by tweeting back at him. Just call him in. Hey, you're the owner. Just say, Kyrie, I'd like to talk to you about something that you posted. Look, Kyrie always wants you to think. He went to Duke. He wants you to think that he's a physicist and he's the smartest guy in the room and he's a conspiracy theorist. And he says, well, what if that didn't happen? I know, okay, I understand that it could have, but what if it didn't? Okay, even if it did happen, what if it didn't happen? What if who were actually responsible for it wasn't really responsible for it? See, that's how he does. And he's like, I just want to play devil's advocate. So me personally, Skip, I don't listen to anything Kyrie has to say. I think he's a phenomenal basketball player, but he just says a whole lot of stuff, and there are enough of his followers because he has a large enough platform. They're gonna say, Kyrie, you right. And the more people all he needs is one person to tell him that he's right, other than himself, and he's gonna keep it going.
So not only do you dismiss Kyrie and what he talks about and what he's saying and where he's coming from, but you use your platform to dismiss everybody who agrees with him or shares the same sentiments or the same opinions, to discredit them in the eyes of everyone else, to make the people that agree with Kyrie look crazy. You doing the work for somebody, Shannon. You doing the work for somebody, Shannon. I don't expect nothing less from a nigga that shows up on a platform like ESPN with a black and mild in his mouth and some cognac, reinforcing stereotypes of niggas on a daily, and then try to make it like it's just something that this is me. I don't give a fuck if it is you. Some niggas just ain't aware. But like I said, I don't expect nothing less from somebody like that. And I like Shannon. I like Shannon. But this is bigger than that. Whether you think, and here's the thing, Kyrie can believe what Kyrie believes. Am I with Kyrie and his beliefs? Not necessarily. But I'm not dismissing that man. And I'm not dismissing everybody who believes in what he's talking about or feels he's right about what he's saying. But that's just me. Other people get on these platforms and don't understand what the type of shit they be doing. Also, I just have to say this, man. What happened to COVID? What happened to COVID? See, now this is what I'm talking about, man. Y'all talk about a distraction. Think about this. Can I ask y'all a question? Every time something major happens, somehow they get Kyrie to be the center of it. A nigga that's out here playing basketball for a living. They somehow put him in the middle of it, whether it be the COVID shit with the vaccines, whether it be him playing the game, or whether it be him talking about the Alex Jones shit, or now it's him and black people being Jewish. They always seem to put him in the middle of something to like put the spotlight on him. Like, people don't understand. If you don't agree with a motherfucker, you feel like somebody's saying some crazy shit, some dumb shit that don't make no sense, that don't correlate, that don't fit with a certain narrative, you don't have to post about it. But somehow they keep this guy being a trending topic, which lets me know that he's part of the conglomerate of people that keep us distracted from what's really happening right here on Earth. Ain't it crazy how Russia and Ukraine are still going heavy, and we only talked about that shit for a few weeks? Granted, that's in a different country, but it seems like motherfuckers is trying to push shit this way. And do we hear about it? Do we talk about it? Is that the center of attention? No, it's not, because we here talking about what Kanye had to say, the nigga that took inspiration for his clothes from homeless people. We give a fuck about what he had to say. I seen a video the other day. They were like, oh, Sarah Palin says that Russian and China forces are moving up on ban in U.S. on U.S. foreign soil, or U.S. soil, or whatever. And niggas is like, oh, the bitch is a kook. Hey, man. The bitch is a kook, but she's also tapped in. So, I don't know. I'm just saying. Ooh, okay. They bleeped out Kyrie mentioning the N-word trending on Twitter. That's what they bleeped out? So they bleeped him? Oh, wow. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Think about this. They want to paint, they want to put the label of anti-Semitic on all these black people, and then turn around and bleep out the fact that the N-word, which is another topic that I wanted to bring up today, so-called free speech on the internet. Free speech. For one, people got to understand. That's why I hate when people try to argue that point. I'm like, man, it is 2022. You know free speech is not free, stupid. Why do we still argue this shit? It's in the Constitution. Who cares? You know how much shit is in the Constitution that they don't give a fuck about, that they violate on a daily basis? Y'all expect free speech to be something they uphold. Yeah, fucking right. Not when you have an agenda, and not when there's people who run shit who don't give a fuck what you got to talk about. They went crazy. And here's the thing. I think Elon said something about a committee that they try to put together for something. I don't know what the committee's for. I don't know if it's to try to censor certain things. I know they're not trying to censor shit at all. I think they're back to the whole free speech thing. But it's crazy how, like, we are the most disrespected group of people on earth. And it's crazy how it's so many quote unquote marginalized groups in this country, right? And every time something happens to one of those groups, everybody goes up in arms until something's done for them, right? Turn around to us, we get shit thrown at us. But what about black people that kill black people, or you guys don't give a fuck about yourselves and you do this and you guys reinforce negative stereotypes and you guys say Black Lives Matter, but you guys stole all that money and now you got a drove of people on Twitter saying nigger. It's the first thing they did. They could have said anything. They could have went the anti-Semitic route. They could have went the anti-LGBTQ route. They could have went the anti-Muslim, anti-Asian. They could have went any route in the world. Guess who they chose? The same people God did. See what I did there? You see what I did there? Somehow we always end up first. Somehow it always comes back to us. Somehow we stay on the minds. Come on, man. Come on, man. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm getting at? There's a reason why. People don't understand how all this shit could be happening to us, but still we prevail somehow, some way. Somehow, some way we still come out on top. Somehow, some way we still run the culture. Somehow, some way people still look to us to try to make shit move out here in society. It's crazy. You can go to China right now and 100 Chinese people will follow you down the road calling you nigger. Then you turn around and have these motherfuckers doing hip hop and trying R&B and trying to BTS their way through the music industry. And that's no slight, man. It's just real, man. This is real spill, holy motherfucking field. You cannot get past reality. This is what has happened for years. We are them. We are us. We are the chosen ones. I'm sorry, but the proof is in the pudding. I don't have to say it. If we weren't doing the shit that we do, pushing the culture forward, being us, a lot of these motherfuckers wouldn't be rich. A lot of people wouldn't be banking off our culture. They'd have to find a way to do the twist and fucking and sock hop their way to success, goddammit. I'm just saying. That's how I feel. This is another reason why I know ain't nobody gonna pay me to have no fucking podcast out here. I can't help but not hold my tongue. There's a lot of things that be on my mind on the daily, man, and I want to get off my chest and things that I want to talk about. You know, I pick certain topics, but a lot of these times I pick the topics because there's certain lessons out of them. There's certain things in them that I want to, you know, talk about because I want to shine a different light on them. You know, everybody talks about all the same trending topics and the same people, but there's always something in there for me to pick through and get a different type of meaning or a different type of message out of there, or just to reinforce messages that y'all already know. Because I know I ain't got no dumb motherfuckers in the chat. I definitely ain't got that. I never do. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's going on out here in this world. We ain't got to sugarcoat shit. Now, one thing I want to talk about, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to chuckle, but I read it just now on my notes, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot I wrote that down. Damn. So this came across. This was something quick I wanted to talk about, just because I wanted, you know, to discuss this, and hopefully because I know I have, you know, a few women out there that, you know, watch the show, and you know, we got to speak on these things. You know, I have a daughter out here, and you know, I never want to see her in this position in life, and never want her to be this type of person. But you know, you never know what can happen in the world. You just have to try to help people stay prepared. Now, a 53-year-old man killed his 20-year-old side piece because she got in contact with his wife to tell him about the affair. Now, I didn't want to read the details of this situation. There's no details to read. It's pretty clean cut. It's pretty right to the point. There's no backstory I need to hear. I don't know. I don't need to know when they met. I don't need to know how many times they got together. I don't need to see the text messages. I don't need to know none of that. Listen, man. 53 years old. Had a 20-year-old side piece. And as soon as she said, I had enough, I'm going to contact the wife, he said, think again, bitch. Which is sad, man. It's fucking sad. Rest in peace to her. Weak male energy. Weak male energy. He was terrified of his wife finding out that he was out there doing some fuck shit. And I will even go even further to say that this possibly was somebody he was messing with before she was 20. Now, I'm not going to guess her age and what, she was doing, but I can only guess that a 53-year-old man, what he wanted with a 20-year-old girl was to feel young again. And some of these niggas want to feel young again in different ways. And this was somebody who clearly didn't have her mind right, dealing with a 53-year-old man, married man. That can only end in tragedy, whether he, ended her life or not. If she wouldn't have did it, his wife would have did it. Did him in. Shit don't make no sense. That is some weak shit, man, and I don't understand the motive behind that type of shit. I would rather take that shit on the chin. You do the crime, you do the time, baby. To me, that shows a real man. That shows a real man. If you out here doing dirt and you get exposed, it's how you handle that situation that shows how much of a man you really are. That's how I feel. Don't call yourself a man if you can't control your emotions. It's a bar I heard from Larry June. He probably got it from somebody else. If y'all know about that quote and whoever quoted it said it first, let me know. But I heard it from Larry June first. Don't call yourself a man if you can't control your emotions. Some we all got to live by, man. And some of us men have to not be ashamed to realize, hey, we need to work on that. We really do. Black Panther said Math been emotional and he a whack rapper bars. Oh, damn. Okay. King Lukey said, yeah, I heard about this very, very young lady. Very, very sad young lady. Hope that niggas gets electrocuted. Yeah, he gonna get something. He gonna get something. This is why I understand too, man. If you are a straight man, why do you take penitentiary chances? Like, do you understand that you will never in your life, like, if you do something that is going to give you life in prison, that's telling me right now, like, you gave up pussy forever. Pussy's done. Like, you don't want any more of it. Right now, for the rest of your life, now you are preparing yourself for man butt. That's what you're doing. Or preparing to get yourself rammed up. Now, I know a lot of motherfuckers out there have the perception like, yeah, I'm doing this shit and I'm good and I'm real secretive and I got all my shit together and I'm never gonna go down, and if I do, it's all good. I got a good lawyer. All right, cool. But I've never in my life known of a man that loves pussy that continuously tries to go to prison. That's all I'm saying. We gotta work on that shit. Cause knock on wood, nigga, I've never been behind bars. I thank God, cause there's been many chances where I most likely could have. But I have escaped not having to see those bars, and I'm even more proud as a black man who has been face to face with the police several times that I have not had to see those bars. Say no to man butt. Hashtag that shit in the goddamn comments. Say no to man butt. And this is not a slight to the LGBTQ, because I know y'all don't believe in that. I'm just talking about us, man. As a straight man, all right, we only talking to straight men who like vaginal spaces. Say no to man butt. Glittery Bubble says, young bitches gotta be getting on these old niggas' nerves. They be entertained by the dumbest shit. The deepest throat ain't worth what these young kids be talking about. That's a nice little quote too. JR said, don't check me, bitch. Check your temperature. Oh, man. Look. Say no to man butt. If you out here living your life, be cautious, man. Be cautious, man. Don't find yourself on the wrong end of the stick. Pause. GMS fam, the green room, man. It's been a good ass show, man. I can't lie. We said some real shit today, man. And I appreciate every single one of y'all that pulled up. If you are here in this chat right now, I want to see you put a GMS in the chat, in the live chat right now. Hit that like button on your way out. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today. If you are feeling generous, you will really be able to support the GMS show in that way, man. Thank you. Where y'all at? GMS, where y'all at? Where y'all at? GMS, where y'all at? I see you. Infinite number in the building areas, Baby G, Trauma, Theodora, NYC, King, Lukey, JR Miller, Willie Rouse. I see y'all. He said man butt. Gotta be careful for the man butt. You don't wanna get it in the man butt. You gotta be careful of the man butt. No man butt. Say no to man butt. You got to say no to the man butt. You don't wanna get stuck in the man butt. Oh, you got to watch out for the man butt. No, got to say no to the man butt. G Swift in the building. I see you, family. Hey, do me a big favor, man. Everybody that's here right now, I'm about to end the live, so make sure you refresh the page and you come back and leave a comment under this video, man. Show your love. I'll see y'all in the comments section. GMS fam, the green room, smoke some. It's Monday. We got to get through this week. And I hope everybody makes some money, prospers in every endeavor, and spread that love, peace, and that positivity, man. GMS fam, the green room. One love, y'all. I'll see y'all later. We out.